What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to show you a book that I flipped for $1,000 profit. It's actually a set of books, but me showing you this set, I'm going to open it up and show you guys everything. I'm going to tell you guys how I found this. I'm going to show you guys how you can implement some techniques to find these rare books yourself and flip them on Amazon for thousands of dollars profit. But first, I got to tell you a story about another time when I flipped a $1,000 set. It's actually the same exact set. So check this out.
Grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking well show.
And this canoe has a story about that $1,000 Jewish set. I want to point out, I live in Miami, where there's like Lamborghinis in here, Jeeps, like super nice cars, and I got this shitty Toyota Corolla. For those of you that don't know me, haven't followed me, I used to live in this car. I'll show you guys real quick. So I actually took out this front seat here, and you can't see, but in the back there's no back seats, so I could live in here. I put a bed down and I traveled the country. Had the canoe on top of the car back then too. But yeah, keep in mind I used to live in here, and then I never really got to the point where I put the seats back in the car. And the reason why was I was going around the country getting books, and I was like, I can fit more books in my car if I don't have back seats. Plus I don't have any friends, so I never did that. I never put the back seats back in. So here is a flap. So this flap was flapping in the wind, right? This is tying into the Jewish set. Literally, I closed the door on this flap because it was making so much noise on the interstate. And I was like, this is so annoying, this is so annoying. And I closed it, and the Jewish set was in there. It rained, water went down here, through the door, through this cloth, and soaked that $1,000 Jewish set. Order the books online again, so like 2 or 3 volumes of the 22 volume set got soaked. So I paid like $400 to rebuild the set, and I ended up selling it for $2 grand. So I actually rebuilt the set from scratch. And get that set, it's like 60 pounds, so I'm gonna need to like have a little cart to get it up here. But check this out, I just came back to my apartment. Me and my roommate, if you guys follow him, Rake and Profit, he's been gone too. And his cantaloupe, this is his cantaloupe, it is rotten and it smells like trash in here. So, oh, we got some dumbbells there too. That's quarantine life, baby. But yeah, this is my apartment. I'm showing you guys this just for motivation for anyone. Anyone who's been following my journey for a while, you know this is a pretty big deal for me to have my own place. It was really exciting when I got my own place in Nashville, but to live with my mentor in Miami, it's just fucking amazing. And this is all from selling books on Amazon. So let's go downstairs and let's get this set. I'm gonna unpack it right here for you guys. Here we go, baby. I think it's that. It might have came in that's interesting. It came in 2 different boxes. That's the first time I've seen that. I might learn something today. You might not have to pack all your sets in one giant box. That's interesting. The important thing is, if you ever flip sets online, I'm gonna go over a bunch of different tips on how to successfully find sets and flip them. But the most important thing is when the set arrives, take it out of the box. It came with all this fancy packing paper. I don't use this when I pack sets, so I feel kind of bad for taking it off, but you have to verify that the actual books are in the set. So make sure, I'm gonna go through and make sure all these titles, there's no duplicates, but there is 22 books, which is perfect. And yeah, I'm gonna go over some tips right now that you guys can implement to find sets of books yourself. First, I gotta get some coffee, baby. So for those of you that didn't know, I gave up caffeine. Holy cow, why did I heat that up so much? For those of you that don't know, I gave up caffeine, which was one of the worst experiences of my life. But I still don't drink caffeine to work. That's actually one of my rules. I cannot drink caffeine and work, even though I'm kind of working right now. Are YouTube videos work? Comment below if you think YouTube videos are work. I don't think they're work. YouTube pays me $100 a month, so I don't consider that a stable income. I make way more money selling books. But I'm gonna give you guys some tips here. So my camera stand right now is going to be these books. Let me get this set up for you guys. Oh! 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 Yes! Oh yes! Time to get into some sex talk, set talk. All right, you guys ready for this? Okay, when it comes to flipping sets, you gotta know where to get them first, obviously. So the best place to get sets, period, is, in my opinion and from my experience, the most bang for your buck is going to be library sales. Go to library sales. Doesn't matter what day you go. Generally with library sales, it's first come, first serve. And within the first day, all the good books are rated because all the Amazon sellers come in and scan everything. Nobody knows about this. Nobody knows about this set hustle. Nobody knows about flipping sets, especially large sets. The bigger the better. And this is really good for a lot of reasons. I'm going to get into them. But the larger the set, the better. There's a lot of opportunity with big sets out there that just people don't know about it until now. However many people watch this YouTube video is really how many people know about it now. So sorry for ruining it for everybody, but you want to pursue big sets, number one, because nobody thinks that you can sell big sets. So there's limited competition on Amazon. Number two, nobody thinks you can FBA sets. Nobody thinks that you can send these books to Amazon FBA program, get the Prime check. You guys know that Prime check is valuable. That Prime check, if you have that Prime check on your listing, that if you, anytime you ship books to Amazon FBA, you get that Prime check. You get that Prime check, you're gonna be able to sell these sets for 30 to 57% more. I just made that number up, but I've sold this set right here, this Jewish set. I sold it for $2,000. I sold this Jewish set for $2,000 when the lowest listing at the time was $1,300. Somebody had this listed for $1,300 from their house, and I came in, packed it up in a box, sent it to Amazon FBA, got that Prime check, baby. And because I had the Prime check, there's something called the Prime Bump. What is the Prime Bump? The Prime Bump is the price that you can upcharge a book for, or in this case a set of books, and get the sale. So I sold this for $700 more than the lowest price, and currently there's no offers for this book. So what does that mean? This means that I can price it at whatever I want it to. This book has sold for at least, I think, $3,500. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys how to do online arbitrage, which is, guys, I think you could make $200K a year, $200K a year, $50K a year easily as a side hustle. Now the reason why people aren't doing this is people don't have the capital. So this is very good for someone who has the money and doesn't want to do the work. I always say this, you could sell 1,000 textbooks and do 100,000 a year, or you could sell 10,000 regular $10 books and do 100,000 a year. Which one's more work? This one's way more work. So a lot of you guys watch this and you're like, wow, this is so much work. I don't want to start a book business because I don't want to have to hire employees. I don't want to have to pack at 10,000 books, whatever. With this hustle, you could literally be like, it's almost like an antique collector, just like you're doing it on the side for fun. But if you really go hard in this hustle, you can get way more ROI than the person out hustling a bunch of cheap books. So all you really need to make it worth it, because I'm gonna make at least $1,000 off this flip. To make an extra $50,000 a year, all you need to do is find 50 of these flips a year, which isn't incredibly difficult. I mean, if you're at work, I know a lot of you guys are at work. A lot of you guys work and you're at work just like on your computers, probably watching this fucking video at work right now. Sorry for cussing your bosses nearby, but literally implement the technique I'm gonna teach you at the end of this video. Find sets to flip. And another benefit of going out, once you have that skill, that muscle of online arbitrage, buying a book on Amazon and selling it on Amazon, when you go out and physically source, you are going to supplement your online arbitrage business because you are adding to what I call your money list. I'm not pitching my course here, but I do have a whole course that goes over this. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll link that below, but this isn't even a pitch for that course. It's not complicated stuff, but there's so much depth when it comes to online arbitrage. I would have to make like a 3 or 4 hour YouTube video to really cover everything. So all those videos are chopped up in a digestible fashion in my course. But yeah, so the important thing is when you get the set, ensure that there are actually the number of books that it said it was going to be. I don't think, and someone please prove me wrong, at the beginning of this video I said that you could pack in 2 separate boxes because this book came in 2 separate boxes, but that's because I ordered it merchant. I'm selling this FBA, so I'm gonna have to order a heavy-duty box. I don't know the dimensions off the top, but heavy-duty box. It's about twice as thick as a regular box, so twice as thick as this box. And I'm gonna fit everything in one box, and it's probably gonna be close to 60 pounds. I think this set weighs 60 pounds. So when it comes to packing it, make sure everything's in there. We pack everything in one box. We packed 140-pound sets in one box, and then we'll schedule, well, from here I can just take you down to my mail room. But if you live at a house, residential address, I recommend scheduling a UPS pickup. That's what my whole listing team does. So yeah, that is it, guys. I'm gonna be wild. I am gonna be wild off this coffee later. So tune into the rest of this video, which is gonna be like in 10 seconds for you guys, but like 10 minutes for me. And I'm gonna show you guys on my laptop how to find flips like this. Peace out, family, much love. All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you my thought process when it came to purchasing this book. Let me first clear this up. The traditional online arbitrage, sorry, I'm sitting kind of weird. I'm like leaning back right now because I drove like 16 hours over the last 2 days and my back is about to blow out. So like I have to stay in this weird position to feel good. Anyway, the traditional way of doing online arbitrage is looking for books like this. So it's going to show this up and down seasonal pattern. So if you guys see here, this is a traditional way to buy and sell. This is the safest way to buy and sell on Amazon. But I have a rule, and my rule is like this. If I've sold a book for $2,000 before, if I've sold a set of books for $2,000 and it's going for $500 and there's only one copy left, I don't need to be an economics major to know that if I purchase that copy, I can list the book at whatever I want. And since I'm the only one, and since I've sold it for $2,000 before, I can likely sell it for $2,000 again. You don't even have to know the techniques I'm teaching here, but I'm going to go into depth in some pretty cool techniques for weird situations like that. But first, I want to go over the traditional way online arbitrage works. So if we look here, this is a KEEPA graph. And in a nutshell, KEEPA graphs are free to show you the price, but they charge you to show you the demand. So they'll show you the price, but to show you the demand, they'll charge you. So I do pay for KEEPA. I pay $17 a month. You don't need to, but if you do want to see the demand of the book, it's important to pay for KEEPA. So this black line is the price. It's pretty simple. You can see over the years, this biology book goes up and down in price. So if we buy in the off season, which is here, for $69, we can sell during textbook season for $160. It increases $100 in value. So this up and down motion, we can buy it during the off season and we can sell it during textbook season. This is the traditional way of doing online arbitrage. It's the safest way. You purchase when it's low and you sell when it's high. And your flips are based off of the fluctuation of price, the seasonality of price. Students go back to school, the demand increases, and the price of the textbooks increase. So as demand increases, price increases, and as supply goes down, price also increases. So when it comes to these niche books here, again, I found this at a library sale for the first time, but whenever I sell a very expensive book, I actually inadvertently do this. I don't mean to do this, but I pull it up time and time again because I teach people how to do this. I have a goal of reaching 100 full-time Amazon sellers. So I'm constantly bringing up these pictures to motivate people and show them and take screenshots of my biggest flips. But the way it works is I look at these so often because I'm making these educational videos that sometimes I'll see the book drop in price. And that's what happened this time. So what you're going to want to do if you want to get successful flips like this is anytime you come across a book that has, sold, that you've sold before, or maybe you haven't sold it, you want to open up the listing and you want to look at the whole history of the book. So on KEEPA, if you download the KEEPA Chrome extension, it's going to pull this up. That's what you guys are seeing right now. So here's the listing of the book. All you have to do is click within the listing, You can see there's none available. None available. There's none available right now. Currently unavailable because I've purchased all the copies. But if we pull up this Amazon graph or the KEEPA graph, sorry guys, it's 12:27 a.m. So I can't even talk right. That caffeine I had earlier still keeping me up though. I'm still going. So you can see this black line is the price history, and this is what I pay for. I pay for this information here. This green line, very valuable information. So this is the demand of the book. So every time this green line goes down, that means the demand increases. Amazon, for whatever reason, made the demand metric. I guess it kind of makes sense. It's kind of like golf. Like the number one ranked book on Amazon is going to have a sales rank of 1. So if it has a sales rank of 1, the lowest possible demand metric, that means it's a very good book to sell on Amazon. It sells every day. Now, if it has a rank of 10 million, that means it doesn't sell very often because it's the 10 millionth best book. So this sales rank, as it goes down, that means it's sold. So this green line here, you guys can see every time this spikes, that means someone bought it. So what we can do now is we can look at this graph and we can say, oh, at what price does it drop? At what price is the drop occurring? So if we can look at what price the sales rank drops at, we know that it sold for at least that much. So the black line is only the lowest value. It doesn't show you the prime price. It doesn't show you the second highest price. It doesn't show you what the book actually sold for. It just shows you the lowest price during the sale. Hopefully that makes sense. So we know that when this green spike goes down, that the lowest price was, and you can zoom in here. So let's zoom into this little area. The lowest price was $3,500 when this sold. So the new price was $3,950. The used price was $3,500. So we know that it sold for at least $3,500, but maybe there was another used offer at $3,700 that was in like new condition that they purchased. But we know worst case scenario, this set of books sold for $3,500. So this is my thought process. I will pull this up while I'm in a library sale. I'll just open up my phone. I have KEEPA on my phone and I'll look at all this. And all I'm looking for really is I zoom out all time and I'm like, has this book ever sold? Okay, what has it sold for? And once I figure that out, I know. And what is it consistently sold for? So this is sold for at least $16.98, maybe more. Again, we don't know what it actually sold for. This was just the lowest price at the time. Sold for $17.50 here, $3,500 a couple times. Then it drops way down to $12.50. Then here I am. This is a great example. This is guys, take notes here. This is a great example. This is last year. Yeah, this is last year. Last May, this is me. I sold it last year. The lowest price at the time was $1,200. So I sold it for $800 more. So someone looking at this graph right now is like, they'd probably think this sold for $1,200 right here because that's where the spike occurs. No, I sold it for $2,000. I was the prime offer. There was two used offers available. I was a higher price. They purchased from me, not the $1,200 offer. It looks like the $1,200 offer probably sold for, he repriced to $1,400. And then this is me this year. So it sold it sold last year for $2,000, and then it sold here for $1,400. Then it sold here for $600. Price increase, and then someone just listed it for $550. I purchased it, so it's going to be available for sale again soon. So when it comes to looking for these techniques, you want to create what I call a money list. Here's an example of my money list. So again, online arbitrage, I primarily do textbooks. Here, this is just an example. I'm not going to show you guys my big money list, obviously. You guys could just screenshot it. But we have all these links here, and we just go down, and I have the approved buy price. So I'm going to buy this for 45 bucks. Whenever Amazon drops to 45 bucks, I'll buy it. So let's see what this is going for right now. Let's see what and this is traditional online arbitrage. This isn't crazy. This isn't flipping sets. Flipping sets is different. So this is traditional online arbitrage. The low price is $79.96. It is not in my approved buy price, so I'm not going to pick it up. And then we also have approved list price. So I'm going to buy it for 45, list it for 97. That's $30 profit after Amazon fees. All Amazon fees are factored in. So here's the set down here. I bought it for 550, sold it for 2,000. Profit is 1,430, 1,143 and 50 cents. Wow, that was tough. Teaching you guys how to flip $1,000 books. I can't even say 1,143. That's it, guys. That's it. You make a list. You look at what it sold for in the past. You can actively search for these weird things. Religious set. I don't do this that often, but this is a technique. Religious set. Full books. See what comes up for big sets. You can look for related titles. Talmud set. You can look on different marketplaces. I teach all of this in depth in my online arbitrage course, which again, I'll link that below. There's just a lot to it, but I teach how to source from different marketplaces, how to ensure that the books you purchase are actually going to sell for profit. A lot of people get too excited with online arbitrage and basically throw money away because they get too excited, too optimistic. They didn't check the history of the book. Okay. So I'm obsessed with Jewish sets right now, obviously. Okay, this has sold for, in the past, it's sold for $5,500. Sold for $3,000 there. Let's look at the last year. The new price, this blue line's the new price. It's selling for $2,400 new. And then what you could do here, there's a lot of people on the listing right now. What you could do here is take this, copy that, go to eBay. This is one marketplace we could look on. But also go to, here's a trick, go to dealoz.com. This is going to search all the marketplaces. So this is going to compare Books, Libris, any website that has this book is going to come up. Make sure you click on sell, not buy. Yeah, buy. For some reason, it's not giving me the prices. This isn't the page I want to see. Go back to the money list. The money list has the right link. There we go. So now, dealoz.com, you get to this page, books. That's what you click on. You click on books. It's going to show you. It's still not showing the price. So we'll have to click on this, do some work. But this is going for... oh, nothing. They don't have it. Let's look at this one. Usually it displays it in a nicer way. So this is how it displays it right here. So it's got 2,400 on Amazon, 2,900, 3,000, 2,900. So this has past history of selling for $5,000. So you could try and risk it, but let's do some more research. So I'm going to think out loud, look at this listing and see if I think it'll ever go back up. See, even back here is not great because notice the new price was still 2,000. So all these prices are probably new sales, not used. So yeah, I'd pick this book up for less than 1,000. I'd pick it up to flip, but not for this price. And there's no FBA competition here. There's actually no used. That's interesting. So let's look at the last year. You can always tell when a book sells out when the line just ends. So you see here, the line just stops. That means it's sold out. So it sold for $19.99. So we know someone sold it for at least $2,000. So I would, I'd pick this up for, you know, less than $1,000 if it came. I'd like less than 600 because it sells consistently. You guys see that? It sells consistently. Like it went like almost a year without selling here, 2018 to 2019. But this is years ago. It was selling, still selling now, still going to sell in the future. But yeah, that's it, guys. You want to create a money list. You want to use these techniques that, you know, I'm showing you. Really look at KEEPA for these older books. Know that the prime bump is insane. You could sell this book for a lot prime, this set of books. That's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy that content. Also, I'll link my Facebook group below where we share knowledge on selling on Amazon. I'll link my Instagram down there. And yeah, guys, get after it. Make some money. Catch you in the next video. Peace out, family.
Sir, and welcome to the freaking well show. And party central to my well ones. A night of violated hell codes. Dope sells like the charge do, but selling's all about potential. And money speaks, then I'm the